stigma alongside an army of grassroots activists. She founded the first DC drop-in center dedicated to serving people with mental illness and substance use disorders. She has created programs to ensure that people with mental illness have adequate housing. Thanks to Sharon's advocacy, people living with a mental illness in Washington, D.C. have the support of peer-led services and access to housing and treatment as they embark on their recovery journey.
Please welcome Sharon Wise, recipient of the Reintegration Award for Artistic Contribution.
I hope I didn't mess my makeup up. I had to cry a little bit backstage because I'm just so honored. I've been crying since I've been here because, you know, they pulled out all the stops for us, the awardees, and you all read my bio. I've won a lot of awards, but I've never, and this is to no disrespect to any other award, but and I appreciate them all, but they really, from the time I got here, it's been baskets of goodies and people, you know, congratulating me in my room and, you know, just everything, and I feel so honored. It's just a privilege to be standing here in front of you all. First, I'd like to congratulate the National Council for Community Behavior Healthcare on their 42nd annual conference and celebration. Yeah, that's the first a big clap. And definitely, I'd like to thank Eli Lilly for recognizing me and my peers and others that are here getting this prestigious award, because without their support, some of the things that we're involved in the awards that we're getting, they won't be possible. And I know someone said I have to stop saying so much. It's really an honor to be here for a couple of reasons, and one of them being where this hotel is centrally located. I grew up in Chicago. My first hospitalization was in Indianapolis, Indiana, where I was born. But at 9 years old, I was hospitalized right here in Chicago. I used to steal food out of the Blackstone down the street when I was homeless. When I surrendered both of my children to the system, it was at a church not 2 blocks from here. When I used to run away from home, I used to stay at the Pacific Garden Mission. It used to be right here on State Street. And Buckingham Fountain, I used to live under a viaduct at Buckingham Fountain. And for me to be standing here today getting this award, it means so much to me. I'd like to thank my supporters for their nomination and the selection committee that made the decision to choose me for the 2012 Reintegration Award for my contributions to the arts. Compassion isn't just a feeling, it's a force. Frederick Douglass once said, "It's not the light we need, but the fire. Not the shower, but the thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, the earthquake. This causes a change in us that is powerful, that is wonderful, and that is great." My trauma and abuse happened pre-verbal, so I had to create a language I understood that could be communicated to the world. At first, that language was white, and black. Now I not only speak with my art in vibrant hues, I dream in color. And I have so many people to thank for that transformation. You all know who you are. I don't have to say your names because they're written right here. George Eliot once said, "It's never too late to be what you might have been." I and lots of my peers are proof of that. Because of so many people that have touched my life, I share my inspiration and motivation with the world. I take action by sharing my story and art. They are the reborn spirits that came out of my abuse of Cain. I thank all of you for recognizing my journey in color. I've decided that creative consciousness will always be a part of my life, and I look forward to continuing to share it with all of you. In closing, I just want to say that my daughter, who I surrendered when she was 6 weeks old, and because of all the technology and stuff that's going on around the conference, I stopped at several booths and everything looking at the technology. I was able to find my daughter on Facebook.